is the super lightweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the red corner, wearing the white and black shorts, weighing 11 stone, 7 pounds, 8 ounces, from Liverpool, Genadij Krajevskij. And in the blue corner, wearing the purple shorts, weighing 11 stone, 4 pounds and 2 ounces, making his professional debut from Scunthorpe, James Richardson. For 3 rounds, the referee Kevin Parker.
Richardson's very well supported, isn't he? Brought a big crowd down from Scunthorpe.
Yes, yeah, and also in the crowd his sister, Team GB boxer Gemma Richardson.
All right, wow, that's an interesting insight.
The first round.
This is pro debut here tonight, or
yes.
This afternoon rather.
Yeah, I did a podcast with him 2-3 weeks ago, and he was all excited. You know, we were saying about how these lads have got full-time jobs or part-time jobs.
Yes.
He's got an interesting one. He's a part-time driver of a hearse for a funeral director.
Oh wow! that is an interesting one. I always think it's a bit of a takes a unique kind of character to do a job like that.
Yes.
I had a friend who was an embalmer, and he just treated it as normal. Like you said,
I suppose like pickling onions. Or very big gherkins.
Yeah. But it'll be the jab that he wants to be driving home today and not the hearse, isn't it?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Krajevskij is throwing quite a lot of punches for someone in the away corner, so he's definitely come to test him.
Yes. Krajevskij got stopped by Stanley in the summer in one of those Fight Zone outdoor shows.
Oh yes, I remember it. When they were in the Sheffield car park, wasn't it?
That's right, yes.
The Richardson's digging was right hooks to the body, very, very nice. He's coming in and around the elbow and just getting under that floating rib. I don't think that Krajevskij will be able to take too many of those.
No. Dave's got to work that out.
He's finding gaps here. He's got a very tight guard, Richardson. You see, it's like his hand, when the punches come, he tucks up, keeps his hands tight. Again, he's finding that all day long, isn't he?
I think the thing you'll find with Krajevskij, it doesn't look as if he's good at it. When he's dropping his elbow, like Devlin, he'd bring it up.
Yeah. It's good to see a novice pro like Richardson going to the body so much, because it's normally something that's picked up a lot later on in their journey as pros.
Yes.
And he's doing it right from the off.
The whole family, he was telling me, they just live and breathe boxing apart from his mum. Obviously she's got no choice, but he said that him and his dad, his dad Rico, he's a very, very good friend of Cole's. I don't think he was a professional, but very respected in the amateur scene in Scunthorpe.
Yeah.
And he's got Dex Spellman's come down to watch him.
Alright, is Dex in the same camp?
Sorry?
Is Deck in the same camp as him?
No, not in the same camp, but they've all grown up, because obviously supposed the kids from Scunthorpe, Deck's probably, I don't think Scunthorpe's had a British champion, so Deck being an English champion is probably the best to come from Scunthorpe.
Had a great year last year. Well, I say great, but he mixed in some great company, didn't he, Deck?
Yes, with Lyndon Arthur then and Anthony Yard. We were actually talking about how we think that's going to pan out next Saturday. Deck's in the opinion Yard's going to win on this occasion.
Yeah, Yard's got that power, isn't he? The get out of jail power. But it's whether he wants to utilise that early enough. Because Arthur's a great boxer, you know.
Very skillful.
He wasn't picked up by a top promoter right from the off, but he was part of the GB squad and trained with the top guys in England and a great amateur. So, I mean, won the fight last time on his jab alone.
But nice variety of shots from Richardson.
What does VM stand for in his shorts? Do you know?
I don't know. Possibly middle name, but I'm not entirely sure.
We've got the Baltic bomber seems to have brought Baltic weather with him, hasn't he?
Yes.
What an uppercut.
The wife said as she was driving over, there's big snowflakes coming over from driving down the A46.
Yes, I was worried on the way here when I saw him. Every time Krajevskij opens up, he gets countered by Richardson with a clean shot.
Yes, but it's the same thing again as Devlin. They're okay with one shot. You know, it's a combo. It's just a 1-2.
Yes,
they just can't move quick enough to avoid the second.
That's a classic Tyson combo that was. Right hook to the body, right uppercut up through the middle. Both landed.
But also, another same thing again. Richardson's obviously, you can tell he's a little bit, he's got that nervous energy about him, which we'd understand. We know it's his debut. There's over 100 people come down the A1 from Scunthorpe to here, but he just seems to be keeping a lid on his emotions at the same time.
It does give a fighter anxiety, you know, when they're moving up from the amateurs and the 4 3-minute rounds. Just that in your head, even though you've done it numerous times in the gyms, you just start wondering what it's going to be like the first time you do it.
Obviously, I'm not boxed professionally, but I have done some white collars, which in no way am I comparing. But you know, the nerves and everything's the same.
Yes.
That weight in a band.
Absolutely. And when it's something you've never done before in some time frame, you know, once you've done your first 4 threes, it's nothing. But I think a fighter goes for that every time they step up rounds. Because they're like, I've never done 6 threes and I've done 8 threes. And of course, Richardson would have fought many times as an amateur, but he won't have done this time before.
No. 70. I'm not going to be able to tell you his win ratio, but 77 fights I think he told me, but he's not actually boxed for 2 years because of COVID. So I think it was all set to push on for the ABAs, and then COVID hit, but he signed with Carl in the run-up to Christmas last year, and obviously it's taken the thick end of 12 months to get matched.
Yeah, he would have.
But I do know they'll obviously be pushing to get a foothold in Scunthorpe with him, because I think the family are very popular in the town. And that Bath's Hall, you know, when I've been to with Dex Spellman, been some great. I've only been to one when he won the English, but I know Cole's had several great nights there where the atmosphere is rocking, and they get beyond their own.
Absolutely. Small towns like that who haven't had it before tend to come out and support a lot more, whereas the cities that tend to have a conveyor belt of boxing, it's not as well supported because the journey happens all the time.
Yes.
So if someone was to really, Scunthorpe could be a lightning in a bottle moment when that happens. And Richardson could be that guy. As I'm watching him, he's not giving Krajevskij any time to breathe. He's always within that distance where he can land a punch.
Yes. And even the one that's at the top of his arm, that right hand, that's got to work.
Yeah, like Krajevskij's taking 2 steps to his left, thinking that he's moving away from it, and then Richardson's still there, throwing shots at him.
Nice. Really right hand over the top then, yeah, and again. Ooh. And safely again, he's just caught him on the elbow, but he's still going to work.
In little gloves especially.
At the start.
Yeah. You see, he's lost his shape a bit that he had earlier on in the fight, and it's obviously those body shots will be taking it out of him, and he'll be a bit fatigued.
And it's like you said, even the ones that aren't catching the target, they're still hurting something, whether it's your elbow or your arm.
Yeah. Very good round for Richardson there.
Yeah, very, very good.
Best round of the fight. We could even argue that could have been, it's definitely a 10-9. It could be argued it was so dominant it'd be a 10-8.
Yes. Yes, I don't think Kev Parker will take much more messing about with regards to the holding. But Richardson, it's interesting, like I said, the amateur experience comes into play. He's not rattling, he's not been bothered about any, you know, if you're going to hold me, you're going to hold me. I know he knows that what potentially that could be like.
77 amateur fights. It's a lot of experience. Like, most of what he comes across in the pros will be stuff he's seen before.
Yes.
When you talk about learning fights in the pros, there's not much he's going to learn, but he doesn't already have in his arsenal.
And the same thing again, listening. You think he's listening again to everything his dad's telling him in the corner.
I think the main learning will be just sitting down on his shots more and slowing it down when he has the longer rounds, like the longer fights.
No, that's right. Oh.
You can see that amateur footwork as well. Punch, get slightly out of range and come back in.
And he just, you know, this, like you said, going back to the amateur experience, you know, the neat combos in this. There's some snapping in what he's doing, snapping his work.
Absolutely. That body shot again.
Oh, thank you. But like, as I said, very level-headed, quite very unassuming.
It would be easy after a round he's just had to just lose composure and chase that stoppage, but that's not happened with him. He's still composed, looking for the gaps and still sticking to neat boxing.
Yes. But at this stage, it's about getting. Would you say about getting the rounds in? You know, tightening your defence up. I mean, not that he's had much defensive work to do, but.
It's just as what we were talking about with experience. Obviously, on a pro record standpoint, Krajevskij's got more experience, but you can just see with the distance, the difference in experience when it comes to actual boxing.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Richardson just seems to have that distance.
Yes. Yeah, he's staying out of range now. He's coming forward when he needs to, because obviously that's obviously the name of the game is for him to come forward. But then, just step back. Oh. I tell you what, the Baltic bomber will be blowing a few cylinders tomorrow morning. Apologies for the appalling pun there.
Well, Richardson's been warming up his body for him, hasn't he?
And it's even worse, the commentators are laughing at our own jokes. Apologies. Go on, Jerry. Go on, lad. I noticed again, Krajevskij did the little shuffle as well.
Yeah, it might be a Gargano thing.
Yes, well, I'll have to, if we can speak to the entertainer, I might have to ask him. Surely deserved win. And like you said, that's 40-36, it's going to be all day long.
Yeah.
And like possibly, he could have said, no, third time, not having that.
Krajevskij as well, he's done really well there to see that fight out, because it was a really difficult third round for him, and when he came through it, and the fourth was a lot easier.
show your appreciation for both boxers. Thank you. Our referee Kevin Parker scores the contest 40-36 for your winner. In the blue corner,
So James, first of all, congratulations on a magnificent performance, debut win. You must be very happy.
Yeah, I mean, things to work on, not the perfect performance in the world, but tough man. Yeah, good experience, first one's out of the way, so all about building on from here now.
Yeah. You seem very calm, despite obviously it would be natural for, it's your debut. A lot of people have come down the A1 from Scunthorpe to watch you, and we see a lot of debuts where the lads, but almost sort of fizzle out after the first round, but you were very calm, kept that natural sort of...
Yeah, I mean, my first pro fight, and you hear it all the time, don't you, that the first pro fight, people get carried away with the crowd. I mean, we've done just over 100 tickets for this fight, 100 people coming, great crowd, and all I've told myself is don't get carried away. There's a few times where, he might have stumbled, he might have been wobbled, whatever, but just box, just get the rounds. If knockout comes, it comes. Just don't listen to the crowd, do what you've got to do, and box well, happy with it.
Yeah, good. My co-commentator, Carwin, said that obviously you're inexperienced in the pro ranks, obviously making your debut, but obviously you've got an extensive amateur pedigree, but which obviously means you're probably actually a more experienced fighter than your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, I had 65 fights as amateur, boxed for England, won the junior nationals, and so I mean, it's like I've said before in interviews, amateurs is all about the experience. I'm still learning all the time. I'm learning over the last 2 years, even when there was lockdowns on. So just keep naturally progressing, keep listening to what Big Rick tells me in the gym, and just keep learning, keep doing what I'm doing, and see how far we can go.
But let's bring your dad in.
Go on, big boy.
You must be delighted he's finally made his pro debut.
Finally, yeah.
But must have been very pleased with his performance.
Yeah, I think overall, for a debut, good performance. Most of the time he kept to his boxing skills. Get a little bit giddy now and again with the crowds.
Yes.
But yeah, overall I thought it was a good performance. I mean, you can see the qualities there.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll just keep working on things now.
Yeah. And what's the plan for 2022 moving forward, providing Boris lets things carry on?
I mean, sure.
I think we're hopefully back out in February. Not sure where, not sure when exactly, but plenty more fights.
Down to Carl now. I mean, we want to be active next year. We've sat down a bit too much now for the last 2 years, like everyone.